Crypto, whether Bitcoin's going to 80,000 next or 50,000. We got Caden Rose in the house. We got Damon Rose in the house. Say hi to Mama. Mama, we're going to bring him home safe, I promise. All right, back to pizza, Paw Patrol, and Bitcoin price action. All right, here we are, folks. Thumbs up if you can see me here. Let's jump into this. I got everybody here on Zoom. Great to see you. We got everybody here live on YouTube. And again, just wanted to come at you on a Sunday night to talk about what we recently saw this week. I've been thinking about this all weekend, and I figured we need to jump in. If you're here on Zoom, turn cameras on so I can see all your pretty faces. But it's great to see everybody. Ali's in the house. Claudia, what's up, Aaron Craig? It's a serious beard you got going on there. We got David Vandegrass as well. And everybody on YouTube, we appreciate you. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. We're going to give preference to people on Zoom, but we got big love for YouTube as well. Just put the comments in there. They're going to come to me at the end. And let's talk about what's happening. First of all, if you haven't noticed, Bitcoin hit an all-time high this week, actually the same day as our 10-year anniversary here at London Real, right? Thumbs up if you were all around for that. And if you think that it was a coincidence that Bitcoin hit its all-time high on London Real's 10th anniversary, well, you're clearly wrong, right? That's clearly Bitcoin celebrating 10 years in the game for us, and we appreciate it. And it goes to show you that we're in the right space at the right time. We couldn't be more excited. I spent about 3.5 hours speaking with Alex Fazel of Swissborg, one of the big players in the DeFi space and the crypto asset space. And we're going to be talking more about that in the future. And Bitcoin hit 66,800 that day, and I want to talk about what the future price of Bitcoin looks like and what it means for the rest of the market going forward. How does that sound for everybody here? Thumbs up if it sounds like a good idea. Okay, great. And again, leave me comments and questions here below. I'll be tuning into them. I'm going to make this really short today, but I think it's important that we talk about the price action that's happening here because it affects all of us. Also, I'm going to share here on screen some of our DeFi Academy research team charts and graphs that we've been cooking up this week, because we got a whole team that's watching this stuff and making future price action calls and analysis on what's happening. So I'll be sharing the screen. If you want to find us on Zoom, go to londonreal.tv/Zoom to log into Zoom, and I'll be sharing the screen right now. Let me just go ahead and do that right now. I want to share here on the screen one of the prices, one of the charts here that we saw from our analyst team come out, and I'm going to pop it up here on screen. Just thumbs up if everybody can see that on Zoom. It's a Bitcoin USD price chart along with the analysis from my team here talking about price predictions for Bitcoin. And for those of you on YouTube, if you want to find this chart, like I said, just go to londonreal.tv/Zoom. All of this research is available. You just have to go to londonreal.tv/DeFi and just apply for the course, and you'll get on our email list, and we'll send this out. It's for really our academy is who we create this research for. So if you're looking at the chart here, you can see us really pushing through that price high coming up last week. And you can see the whole price action. Just as a reminder to everybody here on YouTube and Zoom, you know, Bitcoin is up 50% this month. 50% this month. Thumbs up if you're feeling that, right? That's an incredible price appreciation. And when I worked on Wall Street in the city of London, trust me, we didn't have assets that would be up 50% a year or a quarter, let alone a month. All right, so we are in the most volatile market in the world that's also liquid at the same time, which honestly means sometimes you make the wrong decisions, but it also means it's an incredible place if you have the right trading discipline and a peer group and a mentorship and a learning facility. Then I believe this is an incredible place to create generational wealth, and also an incredible way to add to this DeFi ecosystem. This is what we teach inside our DeFi Academy. This is what we teach inside our DeFi Accelerator. If you want to learn more about that, go to londonreal.tv/DeFi. Our next course starts in eight days. In 1 week from tomorrow, our next course starts. And we teach all of this stuff, trading, protocols, discipline, etc. So again, Bitcoin up 50% this month, if everyone's feeling that. Just as a reminder, on July 20th, it was down at $30,000 a Bitcoin. That low. And now we're up in the 60s. Again, it hit 67 at one point. And it's really important to understand the size of this market. Again, just as a reference, the size of Bitcoin, the total market cap of Bitcoin, is now bigger than that of Facebook and Tesla. Again, these are really big markets that we're talking about here. And we need to remember that this is now becoming such a prominent piece. And it's something that we all just need to remind ourselves of. Ethereum as well just broke through a $500 million market cap this week. All right, thumbs up if everybody feeling this. Ethereum is one of the backbones of decentralized finance, something we use inside our academy all the time. My students were in there this week doing yield swapping trades, liquidity pool trades, even transacting options on the Ethereum base change and on Ethereum itself. Some of my students did really well on their call options on Ethereum this week. And again, it's the chain we use for DeFi, and it's nice to know that that's going through 500 million as well. Everybody here on Zoom kind of feel that and understand why that's important. It's really important, and great to see the thumbs up from everyone in here. So some of those things are worth showing. I want to just flash up the Ethereum chart here to those of you here on Zoom. Let's see, here it is up there. Boom, you can see this ETH USD chart, and you can see how much Ethereum has gone up. Again, look back, to some of this price action and where it used to be and where it is now. We're seeing Ethereum right around Wednesday, Thursday, break through $4,200. It's back up near there as well. And again, the price action Ethereum shows that if we can get through and stabilize at these levels, it implies a much higher price of Ethereum in the future, and we can see some of these charts. It's incredible to see the growth that Ethereum has gone through. Again, look at this chart. Back in late 20, early 21, Ethereum's less than $400 an ETH. Thumbs up if you wish you would have got in at that, right? This blockchain has really accelerated in a massive way. And it makes the Bitcoin gains look tiny, and I want to talk about that as far as market dominance because it's a very good point as well. So again, we're always looking at this stuff. This is all the research that we're producing here inside the DeFi Academy research team. We'll be emailing that out to everybody. But it's important trends, and we want to be on the forefront of these trends going forward. Let me share with you a few charts. And again, if you're here on YouTube, you can go to londonreal.tv/Zoom to be on my Zoom room here. Also, if you go to londonreal.tv/DeFi, DEFI, and apply for our course, we will email you this research as well. A couple other charts that I want everyone here on Zoom to take a look at, and then I'll kind of bounce back to off the charts here or remove them, is this one here. And this is the total crypto market cap that I talked about. As you can see from the right axis here, we are pushing $2.6 trillion market cap right here. That is massive. That is a massive market cap that these things are beating out. And it's important to see where this chart is. We saw back in May, it was getting near this, but it didn't break through. We are at all-time highs market cap, all-time highs price action. And it's something to be celebrated, and it's something to really recognize that we're making a big move here and moving forward. A couple more charts I want to share with you really quickly is this one here, which is the total DeFi market cap. And again, this is important to understand that it's the DeFi space as opposed to the Bitcoin space. And again, you see this topping out some of these resistance levels as we kind of break through potentially to the next level. And that's the big question that I want to answer today. Where are we going from here? Because there's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of speculation. We'll be looking at the technical analysis and some other things as well. A couple more final charts before we go. I want to talk about Bitcoin dominance. So again, all the Zoom people that can see this chart, can everyone see the y-axis here on the Bitcoin dominance? We can see that it's kind of around 46%. Does everyone see that here on Zoom? Again, you can see kind of it bottomed out at about 40%, and in the past, it's been as high as 70%. This is the total market share that's owned by Bitcoin as opposed to all of the other currencies and all the other cryptos. And again, the real question is, will Bitcoin go back to be massively dominant or a little less dominant? And I want to talk about that more towards the end of this quick broadcast. And the last thing that I just want to show, actually, I think that is our last chart actually, is this whole concept of Bitcoin dominance. And whether you believe that everything is Bitcoin, which is the Bitcoin maximalist term, or whether you think that the real growth is going to happen in these non-Bitcoin blockchains. And that's really what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to pull the charts off. Let me just get a feel on Zoom. Did people enjoy looking at those charts? If you're here on Zoom, thumbs up if you did. And great to see all these people here. Turn those cameras on Zoom. Come on, Nicoletta. I know you usually turn the camera on. What's up, Sierra, Schaefer, Mohammed? I appreciate that on. Good to see you, Gail. Turn those cameras on. I have my kids in here earlier. I got Damon and Caden in the other room analyzing charts. They're looking through Solana right now as we speak. So hopefully we'll get some numbers on that for you. And again, let's talk about this concept of Bitcoin dominance. And a couple other things to remember. Ethereum and Solana are both up 10% in the last 24 hours. And so let me just kind of finish out with a couple important points before I go to questions. The Bitcoin dominance is a real question. A lot of people that have been in the space for a long time believe that Bitcoin is the thing and the only thing. And I had a guest on Friday, Tyler Spalding, who bought Bitcoin back in January 2011. He said, Brian, I've sold more Bitcoin than most people have bought. I was like, okay, that's a good point. You're probably right. And he said, I really don't believe in maximalism. I believe we're going to see a lot of the big market capital improvements coming from these other chains because they represent new technology. And let me take you back to 1998 because this is a really important point. Anybody remember 1998 here on Zoom? Hands up, Kim and Joe. I'm sure you remember 1998, right? It was kind of a tech boom. It was all happening. Well, let's look at some market capitalizations back in 1998. If you look at Microsoft, the total market cap of Microsoft was about $200 billion, about $218 billion. I think at the time, Amazon was about $3.5 billion and Apple was about $2 billion. Do you know what the market cap of Facebook was? Any guesses out there back in 98? It was big zero, okay? Zero. There was no market cap for Facebook because it didn't exist yet. And now we fast forward to say 20 years and we look at some of these market caps. Look at Facebook, look at Amazon, look at Apple. Those market caps have gone from 0 or 2 or 3 now times 500 to today, whereas Microsoft has gone up by 10x. Does everyone see kind of these figures that I'm talking about? Microsoft went up by 10x. It was a good investment, but Amazon and Apple went up by 500x. And that was because these were brand new technologies fulfilling new needs for the marketplace. The current technology continued to grow. Again, 10x on Microsoft is not a bad return, but the massive returns came in other protocols, other technologies, some of which didn't even exist, like Facebook and Google did not exist in 1998. Is everybody kind of with me here so far? The analogy I'm making is between Bitcoin and these other blockchains. Most of my expert guests, probably the last 12 guests I've had on this show, from guests that run $3 to $10 billion of capital to guests that have started major blockchain protocols, almost all of them say that they're bullish on Bitcoin. They expect 10x returns on Bitcoin in the next 5 to 7 years. All of them do. But not a single one has predicted 100x Bitcoin returns in the next 5 years. Is that clear to everybody here on Zoom? They're not expecting those massive returns. What they are expecting is a lot of these new chains to create new pieces of technology that's going to fill out the market cap of this ecosystem. And so again, I'm a big fan of Bitcoin. We own Bitcoin here. Most of my guests own Bitcoin and have a chunk of their portfolio in it. But if you're looking for those 100 to 500x gains, they're almost by definition not going to come in Bitcoin because Bitcoin has been around now for 13 years. The anniversary is coming up on November 1st, I believe, for 13 years. And it's going to continue to be a great digital store of value, but we are going to see a lot of the big technology innovations happening in the other chains. And I think we're going to see a similar situation we saw with Microsoft and with, say, Facebook. This is a good thing. We will still see great returns in both. Don't get me wrong. You should still have both in your portfolio, but don't expect the 500x returns from something that's the established technology platform, which is what I would argue Bitcoin is and Ethereum is to a certain extent right now. Is everybody kind of with me here on this Zoom call? Great. I appreciate it. Thanks for Nicoletta turning on the call. Nicoletta, look, you look like you're dressed for a broadcast. So great to have you here. We got Monica. Thank you so much. Anybody else turn those cameras on? Again, you're already camera ready. I'm in a t-shirt, right? My kids are here. Don't tell my wife. We're coming home soon. Okay, so a couple other things before I lose my voice. I think we're going to see the same type of returns when it comes to other platforms versus Bitcoin. So again, Bitcoin's at an all-time high, but it's going to pull everything else up with it. It's going to pull everything up. And again, Bitcoin sometimes is the only thing in the news, but that's okay because it pulls all the other coins up. I was talking with Tyler Spalding on Friday on my live episode. By the way, you can watch it at LondonReal.tv anytime you want. And he said, Brian, I think Ethereum was the single best thing to ever happen to Bitcoin. It's the single thing that made its price improve the most. Let me repeat that. He said Ethereum was the best thing that ever happened to Bitcoin. Without it, it wouldn't be anywhere near these price levels. Does everyone kind of here understand this? Now, the Bitcoin maximalists are rolling over in their graves right now. My friend Max Kaiser is probably losing his marbles as I say that. But the truth is that Ethereum, with the smart contract and the programmability, brought more eyeballs to this space. And then people say, oh, wow, Bitcoin's an incredible store of value. I'll have some of that too, and I'll develop on Ethereum. So what do they say? The rising tide lifts all boats. That's what we're seeing happening here. And I thought Tyler really articulated it extremely well on our live broadcast on Friday. So again, everyone wins in this space when we see more activity, more investment, more usage by individuals around the world in all blockchain protocols. everyone here with me on this call. And that's why we call it the DeFi Academy. And let me just take a step back for just a second. 6 months ago, I was at City Hall here in London. This is real talk, all right? I was at City Hall on May 8th this year to have the results read out of the London mayoral election, which I spent 6 months of my life going hard into. We spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to become the next mayor of London and change this city. And I still think our policies and our will change the city one day. But we got told then and there that I wouldn't be the next mayor of London. Big surprise, I'm not. It's someone else's job right now. But the Monday after that, we decided to create the DeFi Academy. And so we saw this coming. I've been in technology since I was 18 years old at MIT studying engineering. I've been in finance for 15 years. Sometimes I forget. I was on Wall Street. I worked in the city of London. And I've also been online, and I've been having conversations about Bitcoin and blockchain since 2013 here on London Real. I bought my first Bitcoin in 2013. I had Max Kaiser on in 2013. So we've been talking about this for years. And after I was finished with the mayoral election, and we went all in on that, we decided what's next, and I could see it. It was so obvious. DeFi was the future. So for the last 6 months, we've been teaching, I think, over 500 students inside our DeFi Academy. These people have had ridiculous returns over the last 2 months. We have a transparent peer trading group called the DeFi Market Wizards. You have to be a graduate of our academy. Our students are posting 100, 200, 300, 400% returns a month in that academy, all by trading DeFi protocols with trading disciplines that I taught them. And again, we've had some of the best names in the world. We've dedicated our entire platform to DeFi. And so again, I have to say, it's not a coincidence that Bitcoin hits the all-time high on our 10th year anniversary. I think the universe is recognizing that we knew what we were doing. And so I appreciate all of the Academy members that are here. Thumbs up if you're a graduate from our Academy. I see a bunch of faces here. What's up, Haylene? Kim and Joe, of course. Nicolette as well. Clint Sykes, my man in here. Clint's trading some crazy NFTs. Everybody here been with us on this journey. And again, I said it 6 months ago. I'll say it again now. We're all in on this for the next 10 years because we see this as the future. And look, I won't get into it tonight, but I actually think this will save humanity, which is what we've been trying to do for 10 years on London Real anyways, all right? I really believe this protocol, this transparency, this trustless system, this new monetary system, this borderless system is going to make us the best human beings possible. Anybody here agree with me? I know you do because I see DeFi Academy students here. So that's what we're doing in this DeFi Academy. Again, if you want to learn more about it, it's londonreal.tv/DeFi, DEFI. We have the best training in the business, the best protocols, and then twice a week I am speaking to the best founders, CEOs, technologists, influencers in the crypto and DeFi community. I'm at conferences once every couple weeks. We're doing everything, and it's amazing. And the results have been incredible. It's our best course we've ever taught. It's highly in demand. We have an application-only basis, but we're also looking for the best people in the space. We've got people in 50 or 60 countries around the world, 14 or 15 different time zones, all in our academy, all just absolutely crushing it right now. So again, we saw this coming. We knew this was going to happen. Yes, there will be ups and downs in the price action of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other favorite coins that we talk about inside our academy, from Cardano to Solana to AVAX. We've got the AVAX CEO here on Tuesday, not to mention the ones that people don't talk about as much, like Luna and some of the other smaller protocols that we cover as well. All of this is happening. There will be some serious price action up and down, but that's why you need trading disciplines and you need a peer group of people that you can talk to on a regular basis, because again, there's a lot of, it's very disparate out there. How many people here on the Zoom call feel like sometimes you're the only one thinking about crypto in your community or your family, that you're the weirdo in the room? Peter, I know Peter, you're a little weird. Kim and Joe, you guys are definitely weird, but in a good way. Nicoletta, I think we all feel that way sometimes, like we're the only one talking about Bitcoin. I've spoken with ex-Wall Street people in the fintech business here in London, and I'm like, are you seeing what's going on in DeFi? And they're like, D what? I'm like, how can you not know about DeFi? This is blowing up the world. How can you not own Bitcoin and Ethereum and at least 3 or 4 others? And they're like, no, but I'm in fintech. I'm like, that's crazy. I know so many of my friends that should know and should be involved in these protocols, and they're not. The good news is this: it's not too late. The bad news is next year is too late. So you got a couple months to get your act together, in my opinion, and get involved in these protocols. And let me say this to anybody who wants to convince some of their friends and family members to jump into this space. And by the way, I think it's all of your duty to try to pull in 10 of your friends and family. I've so far gotten my daughter, Gabby, she's 17, into this space. Got my mom, Betty Rose, 76, she's in this space. They both have MetaMask wallets. They both have Ethereum. and stable coins. And I gave my daughter Gabby an NFT last Sunday. Yeah, you like that? You're welcome. Sold my first NFT today as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we got more coming on with that as well. So we're jumping into these protocols. This is what you tell your friends. You ask them a simple question at the next cocktail party, Halloween party, Thanksgiving, Christmas party. You say, what kind of yield are you getting on your savings account? How much do you have in savings? A couple thousand, a couple 100,000? What kind of yield are you getting? And they'll say, what? What are you talking about? What yield? What does that mean? What are you getting? 0.5%, 0.25%, maybe 1% if you're lucky? How would you like to earn 8% on your dollars, right? Watch everybody at the party just, what? Go quiet. What? 8, 10%, 8, 9%? That's what you can earn on a USD stable coin on a lot of these protocols like Celsius. My friend Alex Mashinsky at Celsius offers that, and a bunch of the other protocols. You'll be getting 8 or 9% on your savings in a dollar-denominated form. That will wake a lot of people up to this space. Is everybody kind of with me here? Thumbs up if you understand this. And that's why I think everyone needs to understand this market. And honestly, when my mom, Betty Rose, when I sent her some stable coins on her wallet, and that's the least I could do, right? She gave birth to me. It's the least I can do, send her some stable coins. She said, what? It's like $1? What? It moves like $1? Wow, that's interesting. And my mom understands real assets. She's like Robert Kiyosaki. She owns property. She understands a real asset. She understands cash flow, which is what you get from a USDT. You get cash flow. Even my good friend Grant Cardone would probably understand, he knows cash flow. So this would probably make sense to him. So again, you're getting real yields right now on these stable coins. I don't know how long those are going to last. I know people need to be in them now. And again, I tell everybody, put $50 in a stable coin and watch it happen right in front of your eyes. That's what I do. And that's what we do inside our academy. I push people to adopt these protocols. We go through the technology resistance, the questions, the difficulty, all of the resistance that comes up with it. And we get you in these markets. I get you your hot and cold wallets. I get you on centralized exchanges. I get you to buy your first Bitcoin, Ethereum stablecoin. I get you on a decentralized exchange and understand something like Uniswap. We get you onto something like Compound or Aave and get yield on those tokens. And then finally, I teach you the trading disciplines so you can make it through big market moves and hopefully really create that generational wealth for you and your family. And at the same time, help us here at London Real and DeFi Academy with our mission to really change the world. I want to educate the next 1 billion people when it comes to DeFi, crypto, and blockchain protocols. That's my mission. I actually know this will make the world a better place. There's currently 2 billion people on this planet that don't have access to basic financial services. That's a human right that's being violated every single day, and it's unacceptable. Does anybody here know what I'm talking about? Thumbs up if you're feeling me here in Zoom, right? How many people around the world, in Africa and Asia and South America, what about right in the United States of America, that can't even get a bank account? And they got to use Western Union, which clips them 10% a transaction to send money around because what? The banking system says that they're not allowed. Something fundamentally wrong with that. We can change all that with these DeFi protocols. So every time you invest in one of these DeFi blockchains, you are helping build the future of decentralized finance. And again, that's why we are in this and all in this. And that's why it's so congruent with everything we've been doing here at London Real for the past 10 years, because I believe it is the future of humanity. I think it makes this world a better place. And again, if we can have transparency in our banking system, in our political system, can anyone imagine what that would be like? I mean, it would just make this world a better place, right? Claudio's feeling me. Catherine Henderson, they're like standing up and doing jumping jacks. So I know Joseph as well. So I appreciate everybody here. If you're on Zoom, great to see you. Turn cameras on. I'd love to see faces. I got my sons, Damon and Caden, here hanging out at the studio, helping me analyze charts. And it's only a matter of time before they get their first crypto as well. And I'll get the whole family. My wife, Mariana, she has crypto, by the way, in her hot wallet. So that's all good. Got 2 members left. The cat doesn't have crypto, but we're going to get him some crypto soon. I want to go to questions right now. So can everybody leave me questions here on YouTube or down here in Zoom? I just want to check in and try to answer a few. I also want to make this broadcast fairly short because I can talk for 4 hours about DeFi. Does anyone know what I'm talking about here? Thumbs up. If you're in my DeFi Academy, you know. In the DeFi Academy, I do this for 2.5 hours a week, just to my students, right? We do an hour on Monday at our 6 p.m. keynote call. I do another half hour with the group on Thursday, and then I go into Team Rose for another 45 minutes. I got my Kings of DeFi, which is basically my second level academy spend another hour with them, like, and I'm doing 2 broadcasts a week, which is probably why I'm losing my voice, right? And so, but this stuff, it's so resonating with me spiritually as well, not to mention just economically, financially, technically. And it just makes sense. And I also want to try to just get awareness. So many people still don't know what's going on with these blockchain technologies. And so it's important that we just find out about this. And we got to tell the world. I got one of my students, his name is Akshat, in my Kings of DeFi course. And he says, Brian, I take people out to lunch. I take people out to lunch. I take people out to lunch. And I tell them about this system. And that's the way he does it. I get everybody I know and I try to get them hot wallets and I try to send them crypto. Is anybody else here doing that? Krister, have you done that to anybody? Craig, Monica, Joseph? You got to, Kim and Joe, I know you guys are doing that. So we got to try to get those out there and just educate them the best we can. One of my students in Kings of DeFi just got asked by a few of his friends to take about $3 or $4 million and trade with that. So I've got a lot of people out there that are really trying to get people to manage money for them. And that's a lot of what's happening here. So again, couple final comments. I'm just going to go to the chat here on Zoom and make sure I can talk to a few of you. I appreciate all these comments coming in here as well. And again, I appreciate all the comments coming up there. I got Peter here in Utrecht in the Netherlands. It says, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, Peter. Great to have you here. I got Jules up there on YouTube that asks questions about thoughts on El Salvador's Bitcoin. Would you invest in it? You know, it's interesting to look at the Bitcoin protocols. One of the crazy things about Bitcoin is it's great to see these customers adopting it, but very few people want to spend their Bitcoin, right? And just throw hands up if you know what I'm talking about here in the Zoom room. It's a great idea as a currency, but most people don't want to get rid of it. They want to hold on to it, you know? So again, I think Bitcoin is a great piece of digital property or digital gold or digital asset. I don't think it's the best currency. I really don't. I think we can find better currencies out there. Maybe a stable coin, maybe a dollar stable coin. Let's see. We'll see how it plays out, but I'm glad that anybody in the world adopts any type of crypto, so I'm really happy about that. Kim and Joe said on Zoom, hey, Brian, what was the NFT you sold? Look, I may or may not be on OpenSea.io, and I may or may not have an account called Brian B. Rose, and you can see that I just sold a couple NFTs overnight while I was sleeping, actually. And you can go see them because guess what? An NFT means it's on the blockchain. You can see how much I paid for it. You can see who bought it, where they sold it, and they're probably going to sell it on, and whoever buys it next will know it was owned by me at some point. And you can start to see why NFTs are so fascinating, because not only do you know exactly who owns it, you know exactly who used to own it, you can track it and verify it, and you could potentially continue to resell it in the future, maybe with even a smart contract built in on top of it. Is everyone here getting excited already here on Zoom? Yeah, and again, we're teaching this in our Kings of DeFi right now. It's Module 4. It's NFTs made simple. My students this week are buying NFTs, minting NFTs, and selling NFTs this week. It's an exciting part of this DeFi ecosystem, and it is DeFi. Almost all these contracts are trading on the Ethereum ecosystem, some of them on the Solana ecosystem, by the way, after Solana Beach, which is basically my hometown in San Diego. Shout out to the Solana people. And these things are DeFi products, and they represent 20% of the DeFi ecosystem. 20% of the market cap is in NFTs. And NFTs aren't just a JPEG of a monkey or an ape or a rock. There's much more to them. And once you understand them, you'll see that this is the future of digital art. All right, everybody here on Zoom knowing. Clint Sykes knows what I'm talking about. Well, Clint, you're gonna get the module soon. And a bunch of people in the Kings are already seeing it, and a lot of people have been trading NFTs. You've got to understand this whole space. I'm also into gaming. I got my Axis Infinity account set up. I'm understanding the gaming universe because this all plays into each other. This is all part of one future. The metaverse, NFTs, DeFi, crypto, gaming, it's all one thing. And we teach all of this inside the DeFi Academy. So again, if this stuff sounds like fun and you want 4 weeks with me, with an incredible group of people from around the world that teaches and learns this stuff live, it's londonreal.tv/DeFi. We ask for a quick application. It'll take you 60 seconds. I personally read it. And if you're in the course, then jump on it. Come on in and join us. And afterwards, you can get access to our DeFi Market Wizards group where you can see how my students are making money. My students are transparent about their holdings, their positions, and how they make money or if they lose money. You can see exactly how some of my students are crushing it right now with Ethereum options and futures and a bunch of other trading protocols. It's absolutely amazing. October is going to be a sick month for my DeFi Academy students. I've got students in there that said, Brian, if I hadn't heard of you, I would have never even owned these assets. And again, they're experiencing massive returns. So it's incredible. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but a lot of people are waking up to the fact that these crypto assets really are the future. Okay, a couple more questions. I got Claudio here on Zoom. Thank you, Claudio. Again, turn cameras on if you're coming here on Zoom or a little late. He says, do you think in the next 10 years we can have a self-government directed by blockchain technology and artificial intelligence? Quick answer, Claudio, no. Again, I ran to be mayor of London. I saw everything behind the scenes in politics. I saw the Labour Party, the Conservative Party, which is basically the Democrats and Republicans, and bless them all, but they're going to go kicking and screaming to any type of transparency. Trust me, okay? Now, we can make it happen. We can make it happen with a financial system. Don't get me wrong, the banking and the governments are going kicking and screaming when it comes to blockchain cryptocurrencies and DeFi assets. But this, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. This technology is 10 times better or 100 times better than what we have now. And if we keep talking about it and we keep investing in it, then we are going to win. All right, Claudio, does that make sense? Is everybody here with me here? Good, thanks for the thumbs up, I appreciate it. Claudia, great to see you there, thank you. I appreciate that question as well. Got Sierra Schaefer here on Zoom that says, thanks, Brian. Nice to run into this happening this morning. I guess you're in our West Coast time zone in the States, so great to have you here. I got Dave Venegas on Zoom says, should I sell my house and invest it all in Bitcoin? Okay, first of all, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, says, yes, you should. He says we all should sell our houses and invest in Bitcoin. And when I say to him, isn't that a little irresponsible? He says, no, it's not. It's the best financing you'll ever get. And this is the greatest asset. Just look at the last 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 10 year. It's the smartest investment. Look, I actually ask people to be measured and reasonably conservative with their investments. We cover all of that in our talks, in the people I have on the show. I think you should definitely have something invested in these blockchain protocols, is what I should say. How much is up to you. I have some of my students in our Kings of DeFi that have 95% of their portfolios. I have others more conservatively at 10% or 15%. And again, this is a personal choice. So yeah, I'd say go ask Michael. I'd say no, don't sell your house, but don't not be in this space. Mr. DC Comics on YouTube says, is it too late to get into Bitcoin? No, it's not too late. Most of us think we're too late. Raise your hand if you think you're a little late here on Zoom to Bitcoin, to blockchain. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate it, Catherine. I feel you. We all feel like that sometimes. The truth is we're not. As Anthony Scaramucci told me, who runs 6 or 8 billion on Skybridge Capital, he's got over $1 billion of Bitcoin, probably 2 billion now. He said, Brian, this isn't the first inning. This is preseason training is what this is. This isn't even the first inning of the baseball game in this case. So we're way early. We're earlier than early. And just because 150 million people in the world own crypto assets, guess what? There's 7-8 billion left that don't even know what we're talking about. Trust me, you go down the street and shout out NFTs, ain't nobody know what you're talking about. You think everybody knows. They don't know. Trust me. Most people don't have these assets yet, and so it's not too early. It's our job to educate them. A couple more final questions. Again, if you want to have these conversations with me twice a week, then join us inside our DeFi Academy. It's londonreal.tv/DeFi, DEFI. Take you 60 seconds, apply, come straight to me. And if you have something special, good energy, vision, positivity, experience, whatever, then please come in. It's an amazing experience. We do this a couple times a week. A couple last questions here. I got Jackie on Zoom that says, yes, I appreciate your positivity. I got Catherine Henderson on Zoom. Says, my guess is I think we're going to 80K and Ethereum's going to, I guess you're saying 15,000 here. Definitely signing up for your DeFi course. Great, Catherine. Great to have you in here. There's so much happening in these protocols, but there's also so much volatility. If you try to do this alone, you're going to be like most crypto day traders, and 90% of those lose money because this is so emotional. And if you don't have some mentorship and a peer group and somebody to check in on a daily basis, it'll drive you loco, these markets, right? Does anyone know what I'm talking about here on Zoom? Seriously, it's two things, FOMO and FUD. FOMO, fear of missing out. It goes up and you think, oh, I should have bought Bitcoin, as it goes higher and higher and higher. So you buy the highs. FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. When Bitcoin down to 30,000, you say, oh, it's all a Russian scam, or it's a Chinese hack, or whatever else. And so you want to sell when it goes down to those levels. So if you're up to your own emotions, you buy high and you sell low. And last time I checked, that doesn't work out so well as a trading. You actually have to do the opposite. The only way to buy low and sell high is to be calm. It's to have a long-term vision, right? It's to breathe. It's to speak with people. It's to put stop loss trades in. It's to have certain percentage rules about your capital allocation. It's to know which coins to invest in. It's to be watching what other intelligent people are doing on a regular basis. And it is a very difficult thing to do. I spent about 15 years of my life doing that with some of the best in the business. It's very hard to do. And that's why those people get paid really well, who consistently make returns over a 10-year period. Double-digit returns over 10 years. Not many people that can do that. You have to have the right mindset. Does everyone here on Zoom kind of know what I'm talking about? We're on module 4 right now with my current DeFi course. They just got it on Friday. The biggest challenge is the war with your own brain. When you're trading DeFi and crypto, you're not trading against the market. You're trading against yourself, right? Kim and Joe, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, right? That's what you're doing, right? You're trading against your own brain that's going to try to screw it up for you, right? It's going to panic. It's going to get too crazy. It's going to rush in when everything's popping and think, oh my gosh, let me sell all my houses. It's your brain and your emotions is the biggest battle. So we teach you how to fight that battle with yourself. That's ultimately what we do. It's kind of what we've been doing on London Real for 10 years as well. When it comes to all the concepts we've talked about over the years in different aspects of your life, we try to get you to take control of your mind, your health, your diets. Everything is what we've been teaching in London Real. Now it's time to take control of your finances and the way we exchange value with each other, which is basically life in disguise. It's just been robbed from you by the banking industry for the last 500 years. They've played a head game on you by basically saying this part of your life we're going to do for you, even though it's an integral part of who you are as a human, exchanging value with other humans. Well, guess what? We're going to do it for you, and we're going to take 6 to 8% a year out of all of the transactions. That's called the banking system, right? Does everyone here know what I'm talking about on the Zoom call, right? It's crazy. It's like a science fiction movie. You couldn't make this stuff up, and yet we're in it. So breaking out of it is going to be hard, and that's why we're doing this in the DeFi Academy. We're going to be pushing back. I'm sure there's going to be some people that don't want us to talk about what we're talking about, but we're going to keep going. That's always been the case here at London Real. Couple last questions. Oh, Krister Haru here on Zoom says 100,000 before end of December for Bitcoin. Look, Krister, you're not the only person that's predicting 100,000 Bitcoin. A lot of my guests on the show have done that as well. It is easily possible, easily. Look at the moves we've seen recently. Again, ETF future, everyone's finding out about it, a scarce number of assets. There's so much happening here. It's just not even funny. All right. So again, just in closing, I was just going to say to everybody, it's not too late now. Next year, it will be too late. The best thing you can do is invest in yourself via education. We're doing that inside the DeFi Academy, londonreal.tv/DeFi to be a part of it. Watch my episodes, londonreal.tv. They're all for free. We broadcast live twice a week with the top people in DeFi and crypto. Top. Nobody broadcasts live with these people and ask them hard questions and gets them to explain very difficult concepts. And again, we have to do this as a group going forward is what I think. So that's it, folks. Take action. If you don't own these protocols, get a hot wallet, get a cold wallet, get someone to show you how to do this. Get some Bitcoin, get some Ethereum, get some stablecoin, just a little bit. Understand these protocols now because it'll be your way of taking back your finances going forward. So those are my final thoughts. If you like these Sunday broadcasts, thumbs up if you do. I hope you do. I'll try to keep bringing them in. Oh, we got kids as well. Nicoletta's guy. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. All right, we'll get the kids in. I'm going to get Caden and Damon with a Bitcoin shirt and an Ethereum shirt next. That's the plan. All right. So I'll have them here. They'll be involved. Now they were here banging on the typewriters. So it's still, they're 4 and 5. All right. Give them a little time. We'll get there. All right. And again, I appreciate all my students. I look forward to seeing you all inside the DeFi Academy. Next call is in 8 days for the first new course. It's going to be absolutely popping. So I look forward to seeing everybody there. Big love. Hope you have a great rest of the Sunday. All right. Get involved. Tell your friends. Take them out to lunch. Get them to download their hot wallets. Send them some crypto. Don't be stingy. Send them some 10 bucks a stable coin and get them started on their venture. And we're all going to be thankful for this. Trust me, in the next 50 years, we'll thank ourselves. So that's it. We're out. I'll see you all inside the DeFi Academy. Thanks so much for being here. Big love. All right. Big love to you guys. All right. Big love to YouTube as well. Bye.